Now, Peter Obi has stepped up his attempt to shape a new Nigeria, declaring his intention to run for president in 2027. But to make this happen, he says he's willing to serve just one 4-year term if required, depending on whatever agreement he reaches with those who support his political ambition. Mr. Obi also refuted speculation that he might contest on a joint ticket with the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as part of an agreement with the opposition coalition. And at a time when this country has so many challenges on its doorstep, the former governor of Anambra State and 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate talked about how he intends to make Nigeria great again. He said that if elected president, he would restore stability to this country within 2 years, insisting that in his first 100 days in office, he would bring order to governance and would prioritize security, education, and pulling people out of poverty. And he said he'd do this by cutting the cost of governance and fighting corruption from day one. He would then channel recovered funds into key critical sectors. So how do we decode these headline-grabbing statements in a country with a long list of politicians who make promises they can't keep? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the interim national coordinator of the Obedient Movement Worldwide, Dr. Yunusa Tanko. Dr. Tanko, thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me, Charles.
Let's get straight into it.
Good evening, everybody.
Let's get straight into it. He said he would restore stability to this country within 2 years if elected. That may well be beyond what anybody can realistically expect to happen in 24 months. Can you decode that statement for us?
For somebody who within his first term of office have been able to unite Anambarians within a short period of time by making sure the backlog of some of the deficits in governance were taken care of, I think he has proven himself.
Well, Anambra State is a state.
Yes, it's a state.
Nigeria is a federation.
Of course, because you must have started somewhere to prove your method. That's where you have records of service. And his record has shown clearly that he has shown difference in how he wants to deal with issues.
But do you think it's politically wise to give such a well-defined time span? Because the fear of those who support him is that he's at risk of joining that long list of politicians who make promises they can't keep.
And probably an opportunity for also him to break the jinx of politicians who make promises and fulfill them.
Good point.
Because when you look at the situation, there's so much decay in the system that only 1 or 2 things that you will do as a president, and then it will wipe up a lot of tears in the eyes of people. This is somebody who, even before he is a president, has traveled up to Egypt, going to study how the electricity issues have been salvaged in that country. Even if it's that particular one that he's able to do, he has proved a lot of doubting Thomas.
Welcome, everyone. I want to discuss the political situation currently in the country. You know, as we move close to 2027 general election, there's a lot of calculation, a lot of permutation and combination. Politicians are doing their mathematics and all that. Okay, let's come to the coalition. You know, this coalition is targeted to unseat the sitting president. And my interest here is, I want to look at the three candidates that are very interested in flagging the ADC presidential ticket. The first person in the list is Atiku Abubakar, which we know he is very determined, very interested in flagging that ticket. The second person is Mr. Peter Obi, who we know because of his love for this country and to get things in the right perspective, is also interested in flagging that ticket. And the third person is former governor of Rivers State, ROTIMI Amaechi, who is also interested. So among these three fellows now, it's really going to be tough for them, you know. Three of them are really interested. There is no single person that you will say is not interested in flagging the ticket. But let's look at these three individuals. First person is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was once vice president of this country. He was once second in command. That was with Olusegun Obasanjo. But after his tenure as vice president, he has been, you know, consistently vying for the same, vying for the post of the president. So, and he has not succeeded. In 2019, for instance, he contested against Buhari, where P2B was his vice. That election was, you know, was keenly contested. But at the end of the day, Buhari was declared the winner of that election. But coming to this present 2027 election that's coming up, if you look at it very well, you see that the Northerner has done their 8 years. So that is a disadvantage on the side of Atiku. If Atiku should be wise, the best thing is for him to step aside, because the Southern did the same when it was between Atiku and Buhari. In 2019, all the Southern candidates stepped aside and left the contest for Buhari and Atiku, so that the North can complete their tenure. So, if Atiku is wise, he has already caused damage, much damage by contesting in 2023. The best thing now is for him to step aside. Then the other person, the third person in the list, which is ROTIMI Amaechi, former governor of Rivers State. The former governor of Rivers State was among the people that formed the coalition that brought in Buhari. He was in the government of Buhari for 8 years, and that government of Buhari wasn't anything good to write home about. The government did not in any way improve the lives and standard of living of the people. So that is a very big disadvantage on his side. He was part of those that brought the problem that Nigerians are facing now, and he's coming again to tell us that he wants to be president, and we should, you know, give him the ticket. To me, it is no-go area. There's no amount of preaching. There's no amount of preaching that will convince me that Amaechi is the right person, because he was in that group, the group that brought us to where we are. Then the second in that list, which is Mr. P2B. Now, if not for any other thing, Mr. P2B, for simplicity, for demonstration of capacity, compassion, and competence, I think that is a very wonderful yardstick that the Nigerians can hold and say, yes, they want P2B to be there. Because P2B was once governor of a state for 8 years, and he delivered. The statistics are there. So, and he contested election, last presidential election, and everybody saw the love. Nigerians are yearning for the leadership of Mr. P2B. So, he is just the perfect person for now, perfect person for that position. Because one, he is young. Two, he has the political will to change the narrative of this country. And is the one that understands the problem of the country and he has a solution to it. Not those who do not even know what the problems are and how to tackle it. From day one, from beginning, when he started contesting for the post of president, he keeps telling us what the problems are and how he's going to fix it. So he's a man that Nigerians has come to trust and know that he can actually deliver. So I would like to know what would be your own opinion or your own choice at the comment section. Please, if this is the first time you are watching my video on YouTube, please do well to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.